It's a 997 GT3 RS. Is this car for $2 million more than that car? We are here in the Gooding-Christies.
Let's go buy a car.
Tiafo Garage.
Well, this is quite interesting. It's like a retro mod of a Volvo C1800. It looks like it's called a Cyan, and the paint job is very good. And then it's got larger wheels. I'm sure inspired by original wheels. Nice clean interior, again modern. Very clean looking engine bay, and the car is just pristine, as you can see. So kind of an interesting offering. And they were estimating 400 to 600,000 for this 1965 Volvo Cyan P1800. Here we have a 964 Carrera RS. RS model had a little bit lighter weight. 1992, they're estimating 325 to 425 for this one. You get a sense of the size and quality of the cars here. It's quite something. So we'll go through the highlights here. Beautiful 61 Ferrari 250 convertible. I want to say they made these in short wheelbase and long wheelbase, and I think this is a short wheelbase. So we are looking at 61, yeah, short wheelbase. The estimate is in excess of 20 million for this one. Gorgeous Lamborghini Miura knockoff wheels. Very well done interior. Estimated at 1.75 to 2.25 million. 1968 P400. And here we have another beautiful Ferrari 67 275 GTB4. Estimate on this one is 3 to 3.5 million. And it is just in extraordinary condition. The paint, the gloss, very pretty. Looks a lot like a GTO, really, at least to a layperson. Of course, the 73 Porsche Carrera RS. This one is a 2.7 Touring, 900 to 1.2 million. I'm going to guess that's a little high, but this we'll see. So here we have a 246 GTS chairs and flares. So this one again has the flat flares that come out, a rare option for the Dinos late in the run. And they also have these Campagnolo wheels, so a little bit wider, which is why they did the flares on both the front and the rear. And these were welded on in the factory. If it's done afterwards, it won't be as smooth a weld line at the seam. So this was a car that my uncle owned, exactly like this, pretty much black on red, chairs and flares, U.S. car. This one's been redone. You can see the new mouse fur on the dash, and these seats. I've never seen these seat backs, so I think those might be not original style, but it does have the Daytona style seats. So that's a car that kind of started it all for me. Here's another Dino. This is a 246L series, so the early cars. That's a good chance to compare it to the GTS chairs and flares we just saw. So this has knockoff wheels on the standard configuration of wheels, which was the Chromadora rather than the Campagnolo. And the 246L series had the chrome clapper wipers. They had the headrest that was attached to the firewall, and so that just the seats moved when you move back and forth. Slightly different horn configuration. That I think is an aftermarket mirror. I haven't seen that configuration before, but I'm not sure that was original. The finish is a little different on that car, on this car. The 206s had the exposed gas cap, whereas now for the 246s that's flush. I'm not sure why there's two here. That's kind of interesting. I've never seen that before. Of course, a lot of people added the Ferrari script to these cars, although that was not how they came from the dealer. This one has the Euro configuration taillights, and it is a Euro car, as we can tell by the front here. That black one is a US configuration car, but has Euro taillights. So for a US car, technically those should all be red.
Okay, this is a Ferrari 328 GTS. I think it's 86 or 87 because it still has the concave wheels. Whenever they brought the ABS brakes in, the wheels became convex. Pretty rare in white with a looks like a red interior. Of course, this is the successor to the Ferrari 308, and it looks very much like it. This is lot, what, 42? 87, 328. It looks like they're expecting 140 to, I think that's 160,000. These are very nice cars. They've appreciated greatly. I can attest, they are a wonderful car to drive. I have a friend with one of these. This is red, of course, like they all are. But they're still a great, wonderful car, despite how, I don't know, common, is that the word you want to use for this? But, a popular, very popular Ferrari that there's several examples of.
1958 Speedster, really beautiful color and great shape for the paint. It does have the overriders, as we've discussed. Being a 58, it won't have the beehives, but it does have a really nice clean interior and really nice color combination here. Estimated price on this one is 450 to 550. Not sure I've seen one of these cheetahs in person before. I'll tell you, it's very short and small, and it's just got a monstrous engine. So you can see how short the overhang is over here. Just you're almost sitting in the back with the wheels just behind you, and very simple and crowded interior. Although it looks like, oh, I see that's part of the door to help you get in. The door must be kind of like a GT40, kind of cut out of the roof. And then it's got this Corvette engine, kind of mid-engine in a sense. The front wheels are out there, engine in the middle, then passenger, then rear axle. 66 Cheetah GT Coupe, 700 to 800,000 estimate. Kind of a wild configuration. So interestingly, somewhat similar configuration. We have this 1927 Bugatti Type 37, 1926 Bugatti Type 37 Grand Prix, 750 to 950 is their estimate. But again, kind of very short back end driver engine axle, not unlike the Cheetah over there. Nice. F40, always have a presence. This one has nicer paint than the earlier one we saw over at Gooding. So it's probably been repainted, I'm presuming. And let's see the estimate on this one. 3.5 to 4 million for this one is their estimate. So as Lamborghini evolved, the Countach, it got more and more stuff. So now the front bumpers are painted body color, and the side strakes were kind of added. I think this is maybe a 25th anniversary edition. Got these side strakes here, and some more slats here, and some more slats here, and some more slats here. So these kind of slats all over the place. Kind of 80s XS. It is a 25th anniversary edition. 825 to 925 is their estimate.
This is a Ferrari 250 TDF. It's a pretty stunning car. It is a 58 Ferrari 250 GT Tour de France, so TDF. Yeah, look at that. I am very much a fan of the old classic Ferraris.
There's a very handsome Emery Outlaw Coupe sunroof, which was very unusual for these 356s. I'm guessing Emery put it in and maybe the original one didn't have it, but that's just speculation. And so 1959, 356A, Emery Outlaw, estimated price 500 to 700. Sitting in the corner here, a Singer Turbo, reimagined by Singer. This is where they kind of did a mock-up of, or a mimicking of the impact bumper era. So turbo, wide body, but without the seams that the DLS had. As always, very kind of tasteful design aesthetic that Singer brings, plus the performance. Whale tail. We're going to look at the Singer craftsmanship here. Nice petite steering wheel with the Porsche crest on the steering wheel, and classic 911 layout, all redone by Singer, like black wood on the parking brake as well as the surround there. That matches the wood on the dash. This has kind of a weave-like pattern on the door. And that's the Porsche door thunk, or the Singer door thunk. For this one, they're estimating 1.5 to 2 million. Here we have another roof CTR anniversary, the 2021. So this is kind of the reimagined or remake of the original CTR as interpreted by Roof. Smaller mirrors, intake over the rear wheel for the turbo. Not a super wide body. As you can kind of compare the Singer to the Roof here in terms of the aspect ratio of the body. Yeah. Also very tastefully done with the Pepita inserts.
So I stumbled across a section here at the auction that looks like a bunch of Survivor cars. By this meaning they're very well patinaed and doesn't look like they've been restored at all. For example, look at this. This is a 1934 Bugatti Type 57. They're expecting 250 to 325, but check out the condition. This has not been restored. This is original. We've got patina all over the place. We've got potential, little dents and scratches, some windows that are cracked, rust. It looks like paint falling off, missing spare wheels, looks like missing lights. These windows back here, I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, this is an amazing car, quite frankly, in the shape it's in. Look at that door, doesn't even close properly. This is a very cool car.
This is sort of the evolution of after the 2.7 RS came the RSRs. So this is a 3-liter 911 RSR 1974. So just 1 year later, and you can see the growth of the fenders, front and rear. This has enormously flared rear fender. When they started adopting the light across the back, no longer long hood. On this one, they are estimating 1.5 to 2.5 million.
This is a very early Ferrari, 1950 Ferrari 166 MM. And they're expecting 4.5 million to, looks like 5.5 million. A little raw, basic interior. A lot of history.
I don't usually feature Porsches this modern, but this one just has a presence. This is a 2022 GT2 RS Club Sport 25 Monterey Racing. Estimated 650 to 850. It's total race car. Interior is stripped out. Just get a look at the back here.
This is a Ferrari 250 GT Lusso. This is one of my favorite of the 250 series. Let's take a look really quick. I have a friend with one of these. They're just a very beautiful, very stately, very nice car. They sound wonderful, and of course, you've got your Colombo V12 in there. Who could ask for more from a Ferrari, right? This one is a 63 model, 250 GT Lusso. They're expecting 1.4 million to 1.6 million.
These Lancia 037s are a favorite of mine. 450 to 550. This is a 1987 Rally 037. Here we have a 1927 Bugatti Type 43 Grand Sport. And it's just neat to see these old cars with these old details and the mechanical connections. And you can see how the brakes work there, pulling on the drum and the little cable that goes back to the pedal outside the car. Looks like this is possibly the steering. Yeah, because this will come in and out and rotate the thing, and that will transfer it over to the other side with that bar. And that rod comes to here, so which must be connected to the steering wheel there. Well, estimating 1.5 to 2.25 million for this one. Speaking of external mechanisms, it looks like these headlights actually steer possibly with the steering wheel, and then it looks like you can tilt them forward and backwards too. This here is a Stutz, 1931 Stutz. It's got quite a presence, a lot of chrome, really beautiful details you can see here. And the chrome is in really good shape. There's the horn, more chrome features here. And looks like the windshield folds down. They're estimating 900 to 1.2 million. It's quite a large car. It comes up to almost my eye level. But it does have a presence, a nice color, nice look.
Another very useful tool that you can use in finding your car here at these auctions is the archive section. So if you're a registered bidder, you can go over here and get all the info you need that they have on any of these wonderful cars that you may want to be bidding on. And there are a lot of beautiful cars here.
Here we have an even older Bugatti, 1925 Bugatti Type 35 Supercharged Grand Prix, estimating 625 to 850, which seems to me like a bargain. Maybe people are scared off by the patina, but I don't know. I like that stuff. It's a beautiful use and age and stories to tell for miles. As a point of comparison, this one I think was in the high 600s or something estimate. Now this one is also a Bugatti. It looks to be very similar to my untrained eye. 1927 Type 35B Grand Prix, 2.5 million to 3 million. Is this car for 2 million more than that car?
Okay, here's something you don't see often. This is a Tucker, American manufacturer that eventually the big three put out of business, but very interesting interior. Look at all that space in there. They had the three headlights, and the third one, or sorry, the middle one moves with you as you turn. 1948 Tucker 48. They're expecting $1.5 to $2 million for this one. The front windshield was, you were able to kick it out in the event of an emergency. Like, the engine is actually back here, which
This car's on my short list, a 997 GT3 RS, and manual, the right size for Porsche in my view. They're estimating 275 to 325 for this one. And it actually does not have the center log wheels. It's got the lugs, which is useful in a pinch. I think these will continue to appreciate. This is a speedster I could get into. It's got the beehives, which I like. A few flaws. You can see the paint is a little messed up there. Pre-A, plenty of patina. Not totally original. Like the bumpers have been removed. Not a perfect car, but probably a fun car. And so, in 1955, pre-A speedster, 200 to 250k estimate, no reserve. I'm gonna try to see what the engine compartment looks like here. I think that's this on these. Yeah, I'm sure my Porsche experts could tell me what's original and what's not here, but it kind of looks like it matches the rest of the car in terms of.
Tiafo Garage.